Okay, I promised you that we would look at Michael's Cupid, an unusual 2-note trump today. So, Michael's Cupid, as I said, think of it as for majors, major Michaels, but it doesn't always promise the majors, okay? The way it works is that you'll have 2 5-card suits. Typically, we call it less than opening values, and you need to have good suits. Now, people do all kinds of things. You know they do, and we talked about how people vary their preemptive bids and their week 2 bids, that they have some, shall we say, looser descriptions of what they would do. But for me, I like to be disciplined when I make these kind of bids. I'm sending a very specific message to partner. I'm sometimes taking a little bit of a risk to send this message to partner. And if I'm going to send this very specific message, possibly put partner in not a real comfortable situation, I want to be exact about what partner should be expecting. So the way Michael's works is over a 1 club bid, you would bid 2 clubs. Over a 1 diamond opening bid, you'd bid 2 diamonds. So you're Q-bidding the opponent's suit, hence Michael's Q-bid. Your suits might look something like this. Okay, we have 2 5-card suits, and they're very good suits. 2 of the top 3 honors. That's like a great Michael's bid. You can be a little bit more flexible. I'd say 2 of the top 3, 3 of the top 5 honors in your suits. What you don't want to have is a suit that looks something like, what am I going to erase? I'll put it down here. What you don't want to have is a suit, if it's a hand that looks like this. Okay, or even if this king was a little card. 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 7. I can give you the ace of clubs even. There you go. You have now your points in your short suits, and your major suits aren't very good. You want to have most of your high card points concentrated in the 2 suits that you're telling partner about. What your partner is going to do is evaluate their hand based on how well it fits with hearts and spades. And they're going to bid accordingly. The level at which they bid depends on how good a fit they have, what kind of values they have, and we'll talk about that more in a minute, if they have a fit, and what they think is possible for the opponents, how many points the opponents have, how's the opponent's fit, right? Now, when we talk about values, I'm not necessarily talking about high card points. If your partner's hand looks something like that, what would be valuable? Well, King of Spades would be a great card to have, wouldn't it? Or the Ace of Hearts. Or even the Jack of Hearts would be good. That would kind of fill in your heart suit. Yes, you'd still lose the ace, but it'd be good. If you had the King of Diamonds instead of the King of Spades, well, still 3 points, but guess what? It's not worth anything for you, right? You want your points in the suits that partner has strength. We saw this in splinter bids. We saw it in help suit game tries. We saw it in the 2 club bid. When your points that you do have are working with partners' long suits, your hand becomes more valuable, okay? So that's what you want to look for. If East passes, South must bid. You're not going to leave your partner in 2 clubs or 2 diamonds. They don't have clubs or diamonds. It doesn't matter if what you hold in the major suits is 2 little ones and 3 little ones, you know. You have to bid one of the major suits. That's what you should do. Partners told you, I have these 2 suits. If we play in one of these suits, I can take some tricks. And if we don't, my hand's not going to be worth that much for you. So you need to pick one of those major suits. The level at which you bid depends on how many tricks you can count and or what you think the opponents can make. Okay? So, things that are good for responder: honor cards, in this case in the major suits, aces in the minor suits. Queens and jacks in the minor suit don't help us at all. You could have 15 points, but if 6 of those points are in the minor suits, or 10 of those points are in the minor suits, it's not a very good hand for your partner who has both majors. Okay? Well, what's the other situation? What if the opponent opened a major suit? Well, it'd be pretty silly to have a bid that says I have both majors if they opened a major, right? If you bid the suit they bid, that is still a Michael's Cupid. But now, what you'd be promising is 5 cards in the unbid major and at least 5 cards in an unspecified minor. We don't know which minor it is. How you ask partner which minor they have is depending on your partnership agreements. Most people play that if the bidding went 1 heart, 2 hearts, pass, east and south, that a bid of 2 no trump would ask north which minor you hold, and your partner would bid their minor. And the same if it went 1 spade, 2 spades, pass. 2 no would ask overcaller, your partner, to bid their minor. I know there's some people that play, you bid 3 clubs, and partner either passes 3 clubs or bids 3 diamonds. You can play it any way you want, whatever's easiest for you. But still holds true. Partner's still going to be at least 5 cards in both suits, and they're going to have less than usually opening values, and they're going to have really good suits. In this case, when it went 1 heart, 2 hearts, pass, and you bid 2 no trump, I would expect that South didn't have 3 spades. And here, I'd expect that they didn't have 3 hearts, because we always prefer to play majors, right? Tomorrow, what I'm going to do is post you a couple of hands, a couple of worksheets, and let you look at them, and we'll see what you might bid with some of those hands. Remember, it's not going to be about how many high card points you can win, right, that you have. It's going to be about how many tricks you can win. So all of these bids, it's not about the points in your hand. It's about how many tricks you can win. I'll see you tomorrow.